All right,
Hey,
and we are live. A little earlier than we normally do it. Thanks for accommodating, Luke.
anytime, man. I got 2 hours on you, so I'm all good, dude.
Yeah, I got meeting after meeting after meeting today. So it was just trying to, for most people, I think they try to move their calendar later. I don't have that option. I've got to move it earlier, which is fine because I wake up early in the morning. But um, what's new in your world? I have some thoughts that I have some questions I
Yeah.
want to ask you. But what's new in your world?
Well, uh, just I'll share what's right in front of my face. Was just putting together some stuff for our website builds with AI. Have you tried any of the like the Studio or Ask AI stuff in high level?
I have not.
It's pretty remarkable.
Really?
I mean, it's not like it's not Claude code, but uh for what it being able to talk to talk to your high level and then have it build stuff, have it integrated, it makes it extremely user friendly.
Now,
Like,
is this one of those things that it would make it easier for a real estate agent or a loan officer to dial in? Because with your program, my understanding is that when they get a sub account, it's already set up for them. You already have
yes,
a template for them.
yeah. So uh I mean we're out of the box done for you. Um but there's also like so many people just have their own unique spin on their business, right? And now this just gives them the opportunity to be able to create things that's perfectly tailored like to them. Um, I'll give you a good example. Like, uh, one of our users just shared with me yesterday an entire website that he built out just chatting with it, with like full on like uh, daily rate updates, um, like DSCR calculators, like showing scores, like, hey, how much is the rent? How much is how much is your down payment, and then giving it like a thumb, like instant approval, um, all on his own. I mean, he's not like a tech person, not a uh, so it is really really cool to see. So probably going to run some sort of like internal promotion for our users to see who can build the coolest stuff.
I definitely want to check that out now. I'm, I'm kind of thinking about how does that relate to the real estate practitioner
Uh-huh.
when, especially to those ones, no disrespect to my people, but especially to those ones who have a hard time turning on their phone and navigating their email and
Yeah.
and such. And I'll be honest with you, when you look at the demographics of the real estate community, it is more likely that than more likely not.
Yes,
So
100%. So that's more so like on the like Ask AI side. So there's like two core components to that they share, and obviously there's all encompassing, but on like the Ask AI side, like so it was funny. I was running a demo for our users, or we do like weekly workshop calls. And then I briefly mentioned, I was like, hey, can you pull me a list of like my um, you know, five hottest leads from last week's webinar.
oh, so it pulls
Um,
in from your database as well.
it'll pull in, and then
It's fully
you could tell it
integrated.
to do stuff, right? But the funny thing is it continued to go on like through the list, and then many of those people were then customers, like they were in that live call with me, like there. And this was like something I initially ran like a week ago, and I was like, hey, look, you guys are right here. Like, you were on my hot leads list, and now you're in here. um so it's like wildly accurate, let alone like cool. So but like from that, so like a practical use case for like an agent is like, hey, pull list of all of my clients that purchased last May of 2025 and send them a follow-up message wishing
That's
them
awesome.
congratulations on, on
So
their,
they've turned
house
it
house
into
anniversary.
they've turned it into their own environment, something similar to maybe OpenClaw, Claude Code, Claude.
Yeah.
What is that
Um
service like? Copilot? No, Coworker. Claude
Yeah,
Coworker.
yeah, like yeah, the coworkers. There's not cron jobs yet in there. I mean, I at least I haven't explored it to that point. I've just very minimal testing on it. Just my bandwidth is crushed at the moment. But um, yeah.
Unless you go
So
earlier.
unless I go, yes. So yeah,
Well, let me ask
it's
you this. So I'm going to check that out. I have my window open right here. I've been working on the Semper Ruck page. Really need to
mhm,
get that community launched. Um, you've always heard me that I've always said that people will always make time for things that are important. Every now and then I
mhm,
have to step out of my own self and actually have a conversation with myself. And
yeah,
it's really easy, and it's not an invisible problem, right? It's not when you're busy, when you have a lot going on, when you are just going dun dun dun, you get mentally tired, and ultimately your self discipline has to kick in.
mhm,
Something's got to give. I've I get roughly 6 hours of sleep at night. I'm good with that. Could probably go
yeah.
down to five, not long term, but six is like that sweet spot for me. So I can't cut off on that. It's the it's the extra hours that I can do, that I can pull from, and I actually don't think I need to pull from. I think I just need to reevaluate my efficiencies. I need to go in and do that. What you did is when you tracked every 15 minutes of what you did. So maybe I
It,
just have to
it's
do that and just find those
it's a
efficiencies.
really good exercise. I mean, I highly encourage anybody to do, time. And I think it, for me, it's been a quarterly practice now where like I just do it. And, so every quarter I'll take like, one that first week and then do it and be like, okay, this is not like, why am I spending this much time doing this stuff?
Yeah,
And it's like there's no reason that I should be allocating this much of my time, effort, and energy to these tasks or whatever it is. Somebody could I could create a process, hire a person, or build a product to do, whatever that is.
yeah. I think for most part, a lot of the things can be systematized, especially using AI. It was you that encouraged me to, instead of hiring a virtual assistant, to go into check out OpenClaw.
Hmm.
OpenClaw is pretty amazing. I'll give you a story, but then I want to get to the question I want to ask you. The OpenClaw, I continue to work with it and refine things. So I found it organized my Google Drive, and
Hmm.
then I was going into it and I found that I had a different name one that's the same thing as this folder. So I had it go into both of them, merge them both, organize everything, and it's just that amount of time that it
Right.
saved me was amazing. And I'm just trying things out now. It's just like,
Yeah.
I have documents in there that go back to the beginning of my real estate career, like real estate transactions that I had to completely delete. I don't need those. I don't, I
Yeah.
think the law said 5 years, so they expired like 23 years ago, 22 years ago.
Right.
So, and I'm not even
Like I could.
licensed in Utah anymore, but it's quite amazing. So let me get to the question I want to ask you. So I'm working on my Semper Ruck um,
Hmm.
landing page. The idea is YouTube landing page, free community. Free community goes to the paid community, but it's more
Yep.
of a filtering system. I don't want the wrong person in there. Like my whole career in real estate, the one thing I want to make sure is not to sugarcoat who the right person is, because
Yeah.
if you're not the right person, it's not going to work out. Even if you're not the right person that much, you're just not going to work out. So, um, and I'm curious. So one of the strategies for people who build communities is pushing them to the school platform, because the school
Hmm.
platform by itself generates 30% of its own content. So people are using the platform as the
Yeah.
school platform to grow their business. See, I don't want to do that, because the way I see it is that people have discretionary funds, and I want them in my group. I don't want them looking at other groups and potentially going into another group. If they do that, they have to find that on their own. I don't want to help them.
Yeah.
And as I go through AI, and I have my AI, that project in Claude, I have it set up with advisors. It's a Dan Kennedy persona. It's a Russell Brunson persona. It's a Daryl Eves, big YouTube guy. Alex Hermosi's one of them, and Neil
Love
Patel.
it.
Those are my advisors. That anytime I have a question, it runs it by those
Yeah.
personas. Really cool. But they're like, no, don't do it. Like your focus, and Alex Hermosi even, the persona of Alex Hermosi even said, don't do it. Uh,
That's
he said,
I find that one hard to believe. No,
well,
that's not
it
really
said
Alex Ramosi, but
it said because part that these influencers that are saying that, they built their system on school. They're incentivized
yeah, yeah,
to go into school, and they're using the school platform, taking away from Peter to put it into their Paul group, so to speak. Whereas
right.
my main focus is going to be YouTube, creating content, blogging, using SEO,
Yep.
driving it to that. So I was curious, how are you generating your cold leads into your environment? Are you using meta ads, YouTube? Like, what are you doing?
Um, yeah, mostly just meta. I mean, that's pretty much it at the end of the day. I've uh this year I've done. I mean, I have all of the um all the social stuff, but I really haven't put a ton of time, effort, and energy. I'm gonna have like a content girl, but it's not a huge focus. I need to put more time in it, but um, so meta ads is definitely the our primary driver. So our like core funnel flow meta ads to webinar registration and added to, and then on the thank you page goes into free Facebook group, um, and Facebook DMs setter for everybody that comes in there organically. This last year, I do have I also have Reddit ads,
Dude, I
TikTok
think Meta
ads.
is the most under recognized platform.
It is wildly easy to set up and launch too. Um, and it's really cool because you can laser target like just communities. Um, the only
I
downside I
did
would
not know
say
that.
to it, yeah,
I mean,
like
I
if
knew that, but
you,
I didn't think about that.
yeah, it's really
And it's
uh
quite a bit more inexpensive than meta ads, yeah?
I would
Or is
say
it in line with it?
it can be. I just have Meta, so I mean I've been on Meta forever, so it's like I can throw something up and I know it's going to work instantly, and I know within 24 hours if I have a winner, type of a deal. So uh, Reddit has that has just been like a newer learning process because it's a It's more of a different mindset person than just like disrupting somebody in their news feed, right? Like they're highly analytical, they're highly skeptical, it's like all anonymous. So if you think of like the psycho, profile of somebody that's in Reddit compared to, just an average, Facebook or, Instagram user,
Well, that's
a lot of times
interesting.
those are going to be so what I've seen that actually works better in over there is more of kind of like your like a long form sales letter approach where it's descriptive in nature, like they give them a chance to do it, like, hey, here's all of our competitors, like if here's why you should go with them versus us. If you're this type of person, you should actually work with them. So it's like it's a different mindset type of person. But it's been pretty cool to play around with.
Did you
So
just start those, or
um,
have you been using those for a while?
I've been doing it since earlier this year. I would say probably, and I don't have. I mean, I have very little budget on there, maybe like $50 a day. Um, So, but I mean, it's been profitable. Should probably, look at scaling up, put more time into it, um, but it's been, so that's been fun. Cool thing there is it's like you don't have to, you're not creating video content that gets, that has a shelf life. So
Yeah.
we can whip up static images or just written pieces and get them up, like that compared to like a reel or YouTube ad.
And are you
um
running those to just loan officer real estate communities in
yeah,
Reddit?
so the community component, then there is also like a keyword component
Hmm.
that seems to work really well. um and so yeah, that's something that, but it is it is very very user friendly. I would say, like, I mean, that hypothetically could be a pretty a pretty easy play for you if you wanted to grow
Yeah,
your
that's what I
rucking
was.
stuff.
Yeah.
um and I mean, maybe even like a smarter approach for you would be more of like an organic thing in there where you're just like start to ask questions to the community. Hey, I'm working on building this, like, would love your guys' feedback and thoughts, and just that in and of itself. And the LLMs, they pull heavily from Reddit
Yeah.
as well. So, um, that's just my brain running on your stuff.
Yeah. So you're running ads, goes to a webinar. Is that an evergreen webinar, or are you doing live webinars?
Doing them live.
How often?
I weekly. So I will have run some sort of variation of this current webinar weekly, every week without missing a week. It'll be 1 year in July.
How many
So
people do you typically have on the webinar?
Um, I would say average live attendance is like 40, 50
That's
right
good.
now.
Wow, you're running a lot of
Um,
cold ads into that then. You're running.
yeah.
My guess would be is that you're getting probably about a from those who register on cold traffic, 20% attendance from those who register to attend. Is that about right?
20% attendance. If I go really, really hard qualification on
Yeah, you'll get higher.
like on the like in the copy and stuff, I can get it up to like, I've had it as high as like 60 to 80. So I have tested um, quite a few different like front end angles to find that like happy medium of volume to quality. Um, either and then uh going so invite to live webinar, and then either selling on the webinar or going to sales call. So those are the
Is that
other two components.
doing both or alternating
um
between?
Usually just one call to action a week. So it's either buy now or book a call.
Yeah. Any
Because
any reason why you're using a Facebook group as opposed to your own internal Go Collab, Go High Level group?
well, I I mean, when I started the Facebook group, it was
They
like
didn't have the yeah.
I was not uh not super yeah, I mean, it was like it
Yeah,
was new, like it
the
was
yeah,
there, but it just wasn't
wasn't
there.
that great.
And I think we're, I don't know, probably, I
Have you
think we've
checked it out
about
recently?
like,
The Go High Level
yeah,
communities?
I mean, it's looking good. Like I've been uh it's been on my to-do list to migrate my user group over there, like paid members, because I still have a regular Facebook group for my
Yeah.
paid members. So
How do you track that?
the the
Very
paid member
methodical,
group.
very carefully.
Uh, I mean, and most of the times, what I like built into our offers will have some sort of like lifetime, essentially like a lifetime deal to like for content.
Got it.
But if you want continued access to like systems and stuff, so which seems to work really well because they folks can go in there and like, let's say they have a change of life circumstances and they need to like pause their like monthly subscriptions or whatever they're doing, they're changing jobs or this or that, like, they're able to still see a lot of the content and they're like, oh, I'm ready to come back in now. So long-term retention type stuff
Yeah.
is, it's a good incubator for all of your clients. Like yesterday, just did a live stream into that group from going over some stuff, and I think like 8 or 9 like old people were like, this is cool. Those are essentially lay down leads, right? That's them saying, I want this, like somebody reach out to me and get
Yeah.
me plugged into this.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, are you doing like any YouTube, Google pay-per-click YouTube ads, or is it just strictly
Not,
Meta
no,
Reddit?
no, no, no paid YouTube stuff. I will do, I think my content girl does like 4 or 5 shorts a day. I'm really bad at the long form stuff. So I need to get back on schedule on that, like just trying to at least do one a week. So no paid ads over there. I do run some paid TikTok ads. Those are about on par with Facebook, price wise, quality wise. Um, Content is pretty much the same as far as like the format's concerned. So, if you're running
Is there one
video ads,
platform that you are seeing converts better than others?
I mean, I'm just so ingrained with Meta that it's just been my default go-to for so long.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so I would say probably right now, I'd probably say I would lean more so to, like, if I was to like start over fresh, like an Instagram first approach.
Okay.
Uh, it's you have.
Ads
I
or
mean, it's
organic?
both, but like, if I was on the paid ad side, because you're using the same page,
Yeah.
same profile. Versus Facebook, like, you have your business pages and then you have your personal profiles. Two separate things. You can't automate your any personal profile stuff. Like, I just got a message today from somebody um on my business page that, like, it's not user friendly, right? Like, I have to like log into like the
Yeah.
business suite. I have to find my page. I have to go into my messages. And thankfully, it's like integrated with my with High Level, where I got a notification that I even got it, right?
Well, that's the
Otherwise,
only way
where
that you do is
Instagram,
because you have it
y-
integrated with high level,
yeah,
and that's how you.
yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have, like, and it was it was like long-term user, building something cool, and I was like, hey, dude. um and so anyway, I would say, like, marketing sales approach, like, if it was like, from you, like an Instagram YouTube combo would probably be the go-to combo.
Yeah.
You get to use your personal profile. You have your DMs in there. Like, you can run ads to DMs. You can automate your DMs. You can deliver, you know, for, like, if you look at it this way, it's like, Instagram reel, comment below for the, free guide for, the rucking boot camp. you know oh, by the way, here's a free guide. Here's, my YouTube series, like my 4-part mini series on YouTube, for getting started with this. Oh, by the way, here's our free community. Come in here after you complete this 4-part series, that in YouTube. So now you have, like, you have
Yeah.
your few little areas. Come join the conversation over here, in the community.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
you can,
I'll do
so
that.
that, so I wasn't, one of those, uh, you know, uh, things I have to say to myself, actually, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Maybe
right,
I'll just do it.
agents, this is what you need to do, and you're like, I need,
Well, I need to
that's
do it too.
I'm
So
I'm I'm sharing this to you so I can,
yeah.
ramp that stuff back up myself, because it's
Well, and that's a whole different story about the preview and property and such, and we'll get into that next week. But
it's
look,
the
we are
move.
at time, so
Oh shit.
as always, it's a pleasure, and we'll hammer out more details next week.
Let's get it, my man.
All right, take care. Bye.
Rock and roll.